Good morning. Well, every day we hear the word mindful. It's become so popular that there are over 3.4 million motivational quotes, nature shots, yogis and yogic poses talking about mindfulness. But what it really means and how do you practice mindfulness to bring out its utilization in a proper manner? How does mindfulness shape your life? But first is, how do you define mindfulness? Is it caring for yourself? Is it concentration? Is it focus? Every action that an individual takes, that individual is focusing on that action at that time. You are tying your shoes. You are looking at the skies. You are taking a moment away from your busy life and just being present in the moment. That is complete one-mindedness at that time, at that second. And that is mindfulness. And in this age, when the people are always in a rush, most of the people are losing touch with their inner voice, with their soul, with their intuition. And then, mindfulness is a way of connecting to your souls, connecting to your intuition, so that it becomes a guide and a compass towards that. It's taking a time to tune yourself, to tune your psyche, slow down, and start connecting to your higher self. That process of freezing for the moment so that you are cut off from the mundane world and are tied with the higher world is in reality mindfulness. It's very nice talking about being connected to the higher level. It sounds lovely, but do we do that? As a matter of fact, we do not. And to do that, you have to make very conscious effort. For years together, you have been cut off from your real self. And when you are cut off from your real self, you can never listen to the voice of your mind, of your soul, of your intuition. I always say, listen to your mind, listen to your heart. I'm also very fond of quoting Eleanor Roosevelt when she said, when you are in conflict between head and the heart, follow the heart. But in this age, when you hardly have a moment to yourself, your mind is more like a scrambled egg. And it's difficult to find a singular face in that work. So you need a daily practice to establish a sense of calm, a sense of quiet, in which you can recapture your mind and then listen to it. Most of the people are very fond of using the word multitasking. I'll talk about the multitasking and its harmful effects another day. But today I'll simply say that multitasking lets you get a lot of work done. But at what cost? It is splitting you, your psychology, your psyche, your brain, your mind, instead of coalescing and uniting, are becoming disparate things. There is no communication between your head and the heart. You remember last week I talked of the Japanese word kororo, in which the mind, the heart, and the spirit are one. And mindfulness is a process towards achieving that situation. So, you need a daily practice to establish a sense of calm and quiet in your mind. Cut out from the multitasking, which, as I said, divides your personality. And where does your daily practice comes in? As a matter of fact, you have to choose something that brings you entirely into the moment of that second and demand your full time. Whatever you do, no matter what you do, keep your end goal in mind. Quiet your mind, calm it down, listen to your intuition, and remain present in your singular action. The biggest problem with the multitasking is that your mind and the brain are conducting a race to reach the unfathomable and unimaginable speed. There's a conflict, there's a race, and with the result that you forget mindfulness. You forget to tune yourself to that body, to your heart. So eventually you would find that open-mindedness, when you accept one thing at a time, you will find that your intuition, which you have lost, will flow back into your mind. As a matter of fact, anything you start doing should have a conscious start. Nothing should just happen. Unfortunately, we let things happen. And when we let things happen, they are not in our control. They become Frankensteins. They overpower our psyche. So be in control yourself of all the actions. And that would be possible when you take one thing at a time. Take a thing, immerse yourself absolutely into that. Make it your focus. Make it your fixed idea, what we call it, a fixation. And your mindfulness will be there. Now, there are two techniques how to achieve it. First is your breath. Let's not forget that the breath is life. And the breath connects you to the spirit. Not to your monkey mind, not to your wanderer mind, but to your spirit. And breathing through your nose calms your nervous system and gets you out of the fight or flight. Deep breathing, I normally call 4-8-4. Inhale 4 times. Keep the breath inside you 8 seconds. Exhale 4, counting 4. So 4 counting inhaling, 8 counting inside, 4 exhaling. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. You would find that your whole body chemistry would change. I've tried it many times. And whenever I'm agitated, I sit down, follow the technique of 4-8-4, and a certain peace of mind, certain calm descends on me. And I'm in that situation which Milton says, calm of mind, all passion spent. But that doesn't mean that I lose the zest for life. Passion is important. The only thing is, passion should be for that second. Not for the future. What's going to happen after 10 years? What shall my child grow up to be? Would I become XYZ? Would I reach that stage? No. Live in the living present. Future would take care of itself. Past is already over. So then, if that breathing is not sufficient for you, do another thing. Take off your shoes. And I'm not joking. Come out of your socks and shoes. Be barefoot. Walking barefoot is a great way to get energy from earth. We have lost touch with the earth. That's the biggest problem. Living in the condominiums, there is the gravitational pull is decreased. When you stand on the terra firma, on the earth, and especially on the grass, the real energy from the earth comes to you. So walk barefoot. Walk in your lawn. Walk in your front yard. Walk on the grass, and if grass is not there, walk on the gravel. This way you will get energy from the earth. And when you are feeling energy from the earth, you are getting really grounded. So your mindfulness would increase in case you are depending on deep breath, 484, walking barefoot, connected to the earth, the source of our energy. And then there's a much better meaning, much richer meaning. The richer meaning of mindfulness, once you are at peace with yourself, your capacity to take up the fresh challenges increases. And when your capacity to take up the fresh challenge increases, that moment is a moment of what the psychologists call epiphany. The moment when you are revealed to yourself, the moment when you are at one with the entire cosmos, you are not left out. You have become a part of the real world, a part that's the whole creation. I don't believe in God, but I do believe that interconnectivity and interrelationship makes us better human beings. You have to be mindful of yourself, of your environment, of your surroundings, and then of your actions. Are you aware that a bumblebee buzzing in Mexico, or a butterfly fluttering its wings in Brazil can cause an earthquake in Nigeria? That is usually said, and that's true. So when you are mindful of your actions, and when you are in tune with the entire cosmos, you transcend the petty things of life. You become a better human being. You become a real human being. What the Latin uses the word Homo sapiens. The sensible human beings. The human beings at one with themselves. And let me tell you, being one with yourself is much better than being a great leader, a great CEO or anything. Because at that time, you are akin to God. You are God. Your mindfulness can elevate you to a supranormal height. And that should be your aim in life. And that is the way success is. Success is not in rat race. Success is in mastering yourself, mastering the moment, living in the moment, living to the full, and each moment lived in full becomes life lived in full. Think about it.